Hello and welcome to Intern Insights. I'm your host, Dr. Bruce Finklea. I'm the Mass Communication Internship Coordinator here at the University of Montevallo. Internships allow students in a variety of academic disciplines to gain valuable real-world experience that they may not necessarily be able to get here on campus. This web series is designed to highlight some of the interesting stuff that our Mass Comm students are doing. On this episode, I'm joined by Savannah Kidd, who is interning at Alabama's 13, the NBC affiliate here in Birmingham. Hi, Savannah. Thanks so much for joining me.
I'm really excited to be here.
So, I have been looking forward to this interview since we decided to do this series because Channel 13 is where I used to work. It's where I did my internships. So you're up there on my old stomping grounds, which has been exciting just to kind of see you grow. So let's start by talking about just kind of what's the average day like for you there as an intern?
Well, this is my second time interning there. I interned there over the summer, and I loved it so much I wanted to go back. So it's changed a little bit since my first time interning over the summer. But basically, I just go in, and now that I've been there a little while, I sort of get just decide what I want to do. That day, you know, if I want to stay in and help the producers, I can stay in and write and help log bites for the anchors. Just really help wherever I'm needed. Or if I want to, you know, spend the day going out, I'll just follow along with the reporters and, I don't know, just help them conduct interviews and go out with them to cool stories. So it's really just whatever I want to learn and whatever I want to get my feet in. So
awesome. So what made you want to intern at 13?
Well, I knew I wanted to intern at a station in Birmingham. And honestly, I heard you talk about 13 a lot through classes and stuff.
Well,
and
if I didn't scare you away, then I must be doing something right.
Well, I applied there, and after, you know, I went for my interview and just walking through and meeting everybody and seeing the environment, I was like, okay, this is a place that I feel like I'd be really comfortable. So I got offered the internship and I accepted it, and like I said, I've just loved it so much. I interned there again, so.
Our stories sound eerily similar because I did the same thing. I went there once and was like, this is great.
I have to go back.
Yeah, I was like, there's nowhere else for me to go. So I went back. So talk a little bit about what the application process was like, because every place is a little bit different. So talk to, you know, what was it like applying at 13 and going through that process?
Basically, there's an online application, so all you have to do, I mean, it's pretty easy. Fill out the application, send in a resume, cover letter, and they're going to get you a paper to sign by your internship coordinator. So you just send all that stuff in, and they'll give you a call, and after the call comes the interview, then if that works out, then another call, and you got it. So it's pretty easy. Good,
good. So you brought a couple pictures for us to take a look at of some of the cool stuff that you were able to do, both the first time you were there and this time. So let's take a look at some of those and tell us what we see.
This was during my first internship, and that's Mike Royer. He is such an awesome guy, and it's just been so nice getting to know him and all the other anchors, reporters, producers there, but he's just really been amazing and welcoming, and I had to snag a picture with him because he's awesome. He's Mike Royer. He's been there for forever.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I ever met him?
No.
I was there. It was my first day as a producer, and they gave me a really tough story about calling and trying to set up an interview with the family of this soldier that had been killed. And so I'm sitting there going, what do you say to that person on the phone? And so like I'm racking my brain. And so I asked one of the other interns, I was like, what do you think I should do? And Mike was in at his seat, and they were like, go ask Mike Royer. He's done this for forever. And so I walk up to him, and I go, Mr. Royer, I'm Bruce Finklea. I'm a new intern. And I explained it to him, and he looked at me, and he goes, well, you've done one thing wrong. I'm like, oh, no.
But you had a heart attack.
I mean, and my mind is racing. I'm like, it's my first day, and I've already got the anchor saying, you've done something wrong. He goes, you called me Mr. Royer.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Just call me Mike. And so I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was thinking it was some huge, huge thing, but I mean, he was so great. That was my first experience with him was, you've done something wrong. It's like, oh no. Oh,
I then started calling him Mr. Mike, and he was like, no, just Mike.
Just Mike.
Yeah, he's a really great guy.
Well, let's take a look at some of the other pictures that you brought us.
Oh, so my first day at 13, my first time around, I walk in the newsroom, and Bettina Bowden is walking by. And at that time, she was a morning anchor anyhow, so she passed me, and she's like, hey, I'm going out to this shoot. Would you like coming with me? And I was like, yeah, of course. I'll join you, Bettina. So I jumped in a car, and she's like, oh, yeah, we're just going down to Children's Hospital. You know, we're just doing something. I didn't really know what was going on. So we show up at Children's Hospital, and Condoleezza Rice walks through the door. Yeah, apparently she was there. She's a sponsor of an event that they were having at the Children's Hospital. So she was doing a tour through the hospital, and there was like an interview after the tour with her. And I was like, this is my first day, and I get to see Condoleezza Rice. So that was just a really cool moment.
And did she say, just call me Condi? Just call me Condi.
You know, it was casual.
Super casual.
We were friends by the end of the day.
So that is really cool. So you clearly have a better first day story than me. I accept that. So tell us who that guy is. We should all know him.
Would be Governor Bentley. Yeah, I went out with Sarah Killian, who's a reporter, to the new Trinity Hospital whenever they did like the big sort of opening of it, and they announced that it was going to be Grandview, and we did an interview with Governor Bentley, so that was really cool too. That was during my first time around, so I was like, okay, I've met Condoleezza Rice, the governor, so you never really know who you're going to see and who you're going to meet. So
yeah, now you just got to meet the president, and you can just check off all the powerful leaders, right?
Oh yeah, in this photo, Kalisha Whitman, I was going out with her for a story, and we were getting a soundbite after like a press conference type thing, and she was like, hey, you grab this mic and go do the interview. I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'll just go out there. And so thankfully she was really sweet and snapped some pictures of me. And a couple of times, you know, I've had the chance to like hold the mic and hold a couple other stations' mic, just help out however I can.
Yeah.
So
that was one of the things that really surprised me, because I always thought everybody was so super competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you want to win the ratings, but everybody's always out there with the same photographers, with the same reporters, and so they get to know each other. And to be able to see that camaraderie and go, oh, they're not all cutthroat, was really a cool thing to see that you don't think about until you're there and somebody's, hey, can you hold my mic? Sure, I'll hold your mic.
Yeah, it absolutely shocked me. You never know, like, I thought the same thing. You know, all these other stations are out there competing against each other. I thought it would be bloodthirsty, but any way they can, I mean, they know each other by name. They, you know, have a lot of mutual friends, and they're friends themselves. You know, they help each other.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
Yeah, definitely. So here at Montevallo, of course, you know, in my classes, I draw on all of that experience that I have working at the big 1-3. But there are still some things that we just can't replicate here on campus. So what are some of the things that you were able to do at your internship that have made you a better student when you come back to UM?
I feel like, I don't know, with the newscast class and everything here, you do get a lot of experience. Like, I'm so thankful for that class. But when you know, go into a real newsroom and there's a newscast going on, it's just shocking how, I don't know, exciting it is, and it's still very different from what you'd expect. I don't know, in our newscast class here, you have so many people writing and all these people working on the newscast, but in, you know, in the real thing, the producer does all the writing. You know, in a lot of stations, they create the graphics. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's really different.
It's a very streamlined process.
Yes, you're very responsible, and you have to learn time management is a big thing. Because when you're responsible for a newscast, you have to know, I mean, what the reporter's doing, what you're writing, are the graphics ready, all those things. So I'm really glad I got that experience to see that firsthand.
Well, good, good. So last question, what would you tell a mass comm student who's hoping to do an internship like yours?
Actually, it's funny. One of my first days interning, there's a producer, Amber Hawkins. I'll never forget the advice she gave me. She was like, anybody can get an internship. You know, you can go in, be an intern, but the thing is, you have to work hard while you're there. You have to make yourself stand out. You can't just sit in the back and watch everything go by. Like, you have to reach out and ask producers and reporters every day, like, can I do this for you? Can I, you know, write for you? Can I join you in this? Because if you don't do anything, like, it'll fly by and you won't get anything out of the experience. Anybody can sit there and watch. So just try to get as much out of it as you can and learn as much as possible.
Yeah. And the great thing about an internship is it's a job interview.
Yeah.
It may not be for the station where you're interning, but it prepares you for that. So I think it's fantastic that you've been able to go there. I'm thrilled that you got to go up there and intern where I used to work. And it's just fun to be able to hear my old coworkers say, "That's Savannah. She's a good one. You sent us a good one." So it's always great to hear good feedback, and I've just been so proud of you. So thank you for doing me proud at Channel 13 and holding down the fort up there. So that's all the time we've got for this episode of Intern Insights. If you'd like more information about a mass comm internship, or you want to hear more horror stories about my first day, they're not all that bad, just feel free to stop by my office in the Mass Communication Building, or you can email me at bfinkley@montevallo.edu. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.